Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayasha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 54, The Marriage of Krishna and Rukmini, text number 15 to 22. Adunapi vayam sarve vira yutapa parajitaha falgutantrair yadubihi Krishna palitaihi. Translation. And now all of us, great commanders of military leaders, have been defeated by the Yadus and their small entourage, who are protected by Krishna. Text number 16. Ripavo jigyur adhuna kala atmanusarini tada vayam vijishyamo yada kalaha pradakshinaha. Now our enemies have conquered because time favors them. But in the future, when time is auspicious for us, we shall conquer. Shri Shuka Vacha, text number 17. Evam prabodhito mitrais chaidyo agat sanugapuram hatashesha punastepi yayuhu swam puram rupaha. Sukadeva Goswami said, thus persuaded by his friends, Shishupala took his followers and went back to his capital. The surviving warriors also returned to their respective cities. Text number 18. Rukmi tu rakshasodvaham krishnadvid asaham swasuhu prushtato anvagamat krishnam akshoniya vrutobali. Powerful Rukmi, however, was especially envious of Krishna. He could not bear the fact that Krishna had carried off his sister to marry her in the Rakshasa style. Thus, he pursued the Lord with an entire military division. Rukmi amarshisu samruddhaha shunvatam sarva bhubujam pratijajne mahabahur damshitaha sasharasanaha ahatva samare krishnam apratyuha cha rukminim hundinam na pravekshami satyametad ravimitaha. Frustrated and enraged, mighty armed Rukmi, dressed in armor and wielding his bow, had sworn before all the kings, I shall not again enter Kundina if I do not kill Krishna in battle and bring Rukmini back with me. I swear this to you. Purport. Rukmi spoke these angry words and then set off to pursue Lord Krishna, as described in the following verses. Iti uktva aruhya saratim praha satvaraha chodayaswan yata Krishnaha tasya me samyugam bhavet. Translation. Having said this, he had mounted his chariot and told his charioteer, "Drive the horses quickly to where Krishna is. He and I must fight." Now we will repeat. Adya aham nishitaihi banaihi gopalasya sudurmate neshe virya madam eda swasa me prashabam hrita adyaham nishitairbanai gopalasya sudurmate neshe viryamadam yena swasame prashabam hruta adyaham nishitairbane gopalasya sudurmate neshe viryamadam yena swasame prashabam hruta adyaham nishitairbane gopalasya sudurmate neshe viryamadam yena swasame prashabam hruta. Mat chant. Adya, today, aham, I, nishitaihi, short, banaihi, with my arrows, gopalasya, of the cowherd, sudurmatehe, whose mentality is most wicked, neshe, I will remove, virya, in his power, madam, the intoxicated pride, nena, by which, swasa, sister, may, my, prasabham, violently, hrita, abducted. Translation purport. The wicked-minded coward boy, infatuated with his prowess, has violently abducted my sister. But today I will remove his pride with my sharp arrows. Srila Siddhaswami explains that Gopalasya actually means protector of the Vedas, while Durmate means of him whose beautiful mind is compassionate even towards the wicked. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti adds that real meaning of what Rukmi said is that today, fighting with Lord Krishna, Rukmi would relieve himself of his pretensions to being a great hero. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Ayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Deham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi De Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamalini Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Yonta Pravishya Mama Vacham Imam Prashuptam Sanjivayati Akila Shakti Dhara Swadhamna Anyam Stahascha Charana Shravanattvagadibihi Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam. So in this chapter, so far we are hearing that Krishna kidnapped Rukmini, and as soon as Krishna kidnapped Rukmini, then all the Jarasandha, Shishupal, Dantavakra and Rukmi, they all came and wanted to attack Krishna, right? So then Balaramji, when Krishna started for Vidarbha, Balaram said, I will also come with my Sena, like that. So by the time they also reached, Balaram also reached with his Sena, Kundinapur. So that time, when Rukmini saw, Krishna was alone, right? Krishna was alone with Rukmini, and behind they are coming Balaramji's Sena. So Rukmini was a little bit worried. See, text number 5. This is a this chapter, Kuta Shloka, means most important shloka. So in this, Krishna is saying, Prahasya Bhagavan Aha Masma Bhair Vamalochane Vinakshati Adunaiva Ait Tavakai Shatravam Bhalavam. In response, the Lord laughed and assured her, do not be afraid, beautiful-eyed one. This enemy force is about to be destroyed by your soldiers, Tavakai. Right? So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that Krishna has not yet married Rukmini. Just a few minutes back, they met, first time they met with each other. And then as soon as she was on the chariot, Krishna was declaring that all my property, entire Yadu dynasty, now you are the owner. Right? So another Acharya comments that in order to surrender to Krishna, we take millions and millions of lifetimes. Right? Millions and millions of lifetimes. But for Krishna to accept us, it will take only 1 minute. Right? 1 minute Krishna will accept. But for us to go to Krishna, it will take Brahmanda Brahmite Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bij. Natena Purushottame Trijagatam Ekadipe Sevye Svasyada Paradatari Pare Narayane Tishtati Yam Kinchit Purushadamam Katipaya Gramesha Malparthatam Sevyaye Mrugamaye Naramaho Mudha Varakavayam. This is a song sung by Maharaj Kulashekara. Right? Natena Purushottame Tri Jagatam Ekadipe Chetasa Sevye Svasya Padasya Dhatari Pare Narayane Tishtati. Right? So he's saying, Nathena Purushottama, O Purushottama, O Natha, O my Lord. Right? Anybody who renders service to you, even mentally also, right? Even mentally also, somebody gives, golden, crowns and golden altar to Krishna in the mind, right? Krishna will accept that. Sevye Svasya Padasya Dhatari Pare Narayane Tishtati. So, in return, he will give himself. He will give Vaikuntha and then he will give himself also. For whom? Simply by doing render service even in the mind. Save Nathena Purushottame Tri Jagatam. Just like Pradyumna Brahmachari, right? He didn't like Mahaprabhu, walking bare feet. So he was making road in his mind. Very nice, surrounded by all the gardens, trees and all. And then cushions he's laying out, right? Then he could lay that road in his mind only up to Kanainatshala. Then he came back and predicted, Mahaprabhu is not going to Vrindavan this time. I said, why? Because I'm not able to construct the road beyond Kanainatshala. So, like that, Mahaprabhu accepted his service. Then Mahaprabhu went to Kanainatshala and came back. Came back to, again, Jagannath Puri. Like that. So, but, Yam Kanchit Purushadama Gramesham Alparthatam. But foolish people, Mudha Varakavayam, foolish people, they work for some Gram Panchayat, Gramin, some, Tahsildar or somebody. In return for very little, Alparthatam. What do you do? Where you are working? What is your name? Shakti Raj. Where you are working? Samsung. Suppose I ask you, how much money you will charge if I want your heart? How much? Say some price. How much you will charge for your body? Suppose if I want your body, how much you will charge? Priceless, right? Priceless, actually. Why you will give your heart for 1 lakh? So foolish you are. Huh? Uh, Andaz say how much you are earning. I know we should not ask. Huh? 50. See, you are investing such a priceless body, time and energy, and then you are getting 50,000 in return. Right? So it's a very bad bargain. So we must actually invest this body. Only one thing that is, we can get matching to our price of our body. You know what? Huh? Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan. Only in order to get Golok Vrindavan, we should invest this body. Otherwise, such a bad thing. Right? Will you agree? So, what a joy, Huh? Otherwise, for 50,000, Gramyesham Alparthatam. Huh? Simply by serving Krishna in the mind, Krishna is going to give, his own self. Right? Why not? Right? Right? In Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, there is a story, right? A Brahmana from Rajamandri. He was serving Krishna very gorgeously in his mind because he was very poor man. He was bringing water from all the Sahasratirtha, from everywhere, in golden pots, doing Abhishek to the Lord, dressing the Lord with very gorgeous dresses, gorgeous ornaments, decorating the altar gorgeously. Everything he is doing gorgeously. For so many years he has done that. Then one day he offered sweet rice. Prabhupada says sweet rice should be offered cold. So he felt that, it is a hot sweet rice. So he kept his finger in his meditation only. So his finger got burnt. There, Lord was smiling. Lakshmi Devi asked, why you are smiling? I will show you. Then he sent his Vishnu Dutas. Tell him, please bring this Brahmana. Then he narrated the entire story, like that. So for simply by, doing seva mentally, manas seva, manas puja. So he went back to Godhead. Right? Once Prabhupada says, just, this Putana, she simply pretended to be a mother of Krishna. Right? She simply pretended to be a mother. Then Krishna made her actually her mother. Bolo, shloka bolo. Aho vakiyam stanakalakutam saya apyasa yatim datri uchitam turanyam. How many of you know this verse? All of you learn this verse, right? Every day, Bilva Mangal Thakur says, every day in the morning, we should meditate on Putana pastime. Huh? Every day in the afternoon, we should meditate on? Huh? We should meditate on Damodar Leela. And every day in the night, before sleeping, we should meditate on? Huh? Gajendra early in the morning. Bhagavad-gita. Krishna sitting on the chariot, standing on the chariot and teaching Bhagavad-gita to Arjuna. Right? So Bilumangal Thakur says, Vidivashat, suppose in case Yamadutas come to pick you up by mistake, then Krishna and Arjuna, they come on the chariot and make you sit on the chariot and take you back home, back to Godhead. Okay? So anyway, so Putana became a mother, actually mother, Dhatri. She simply pretended to be a mother. Kapila Prabhu, myself, sometimes we are discussing that we should get Oscar award. Why? Because for pretend to be devotee for last 30 years. Such a good act. Everybody gets cheated, Are Ramarupa, such a nice dude. But actually it is Oscar-worthy acting. I will narrate one very interesting story. You all might not have heard this. Once, in the city of, in the country called Sun City, there are two wealthy rich men. One is a weaver, another was a carpenter. They are very good in their crafts and they are very rich. So that is why they are always wearing very nice silk cloth, putting very nice scents, hair is done very nicely. One day there was a mela. In that mela, near the palace, so this weaver and the carpenter, both of them went in their very expensive horses. Then, as soon as this weaver entered the mela, he looked up near the balcony of the palace. So there, the beautiful princess, lovely, she was standing there. So as soon as he saw her, he fell in love with her. Love at first sight, right? Divorce at first fight. So love at first sight ho gaya. Then everywhere, like pure devotees, they see Narayana, Krishna everywhere. Like that, he is seeing this princess lovely everywhere. When they came back, so this carpenter, when he visited this weaver, he was very morose. Then he's a weaver and that princess, he was not able to distract his mind from her, right? Then he's lying in the bed, all the clothes and all, completely scattered, very morose, he was sleeping, He said, what happened? He is singing, like in Telugu, they have a song, Jagame Maya, Bratuke Maya, Vedalalo Saramintena. So Jagat is Maya, and then this life is Maya. This is the essence of Vedas, like that. That is the meaning, like that. So he was singing like that. Then, Hare, you're my friend. Tell me what happened. Then, like this, I fell in love with this princess. Hare, pagal hai. Why she will marry you? It is adharma. You are a weaver, and then she is a princess. This. He said, for everything there is a logic. They apply. Right? Pyar mein logic nahi hota hai. So he said, see, these kings, marry so many types of ladies. Maybe she's the daughter of a weaver. Who knows? Mother must be. Otherwise, why I'm attracted to her like that? What to do? Then he said, okay, a friend in need is friend indeed, right? So that's why I said, I will help you. He is a very expert carpenter. So he made a Garuda, wooden Garuda. And then he put some machine and all. And then there is a plug. He brought it. Then he made 4 arms. Right? So he said, dress yourself as Lord Vishnu. Fly on this Garuda and attract her. So he sat on that Garuda, he dressed himself as Vishnu, and then he flew into the balcony of the palace. And then that maiden, she saw him, said, oh my Lord, oh Supreme Lord, how fortunate I am. What is this, sudden mercy on me? For whom you came? Said, oh my dear maiden, you are actually my consort, but you fell from heavens, because of some curse. So I came back to rescue. Oh, it is my good fortune. Come. So they married. She said, now you are my wife. So we will marry Gandharva Vivaha, like Shakuntala and last Sunday Mukund Mahaprabhu was describing 8 kinds of marriages. So one was Gandharva Vivaha, right? Boy and the girl, they agree to get married. So Shakuntala and Dushyanta, they did, Gandharva, like that. They exchanged the garlands and then they started enjoying. And then every day, night he would come on the Garuda, dressed himself as Vishnu. Then early in the morning he would go back. Then the Cynics have observed that this lady, she is enjoying Rati Sukh. So they immediately, went and complained to the king. And the king came rushing with his queen, and then they chastised her. Then the daughter said, Mummy, Papa, don't worry, don't worry. Your Rama is Lord Vishnu, Swayam Lord Vishnu. So then let us have darshan, let us have darshan. So today night you will have darshan. So then today, that day night also they came. Then Hare Vishnu, so they are all in ecstasy, they are in ecstasy. Then meanwhile, the king of South India, King Valor, he sent his messengers that why you did not pay taxes. The king, replied very arrogantly, saying that from now onwards, no taxes. No taxes, tell him. Then he showed his bare back and then ridiculed him and sent him off. They went back, and then that King Valor is a very, very powerful king. Then he said, I will destroy this fellow. Like that. Then he came with his huge army. Huge army. Like that. And then the minister came and reported this king that don't, you are sitting so idly. There is a great threat to our kingdom. This huge, is attacking us. Then he said, no problem. My son-in-law, my damad is Vishnu, Then he declared, that tomorrow, no problem, tomorrow Lord Vishnu is going to fight on our behalf. You all don't worry. Whatever arms you have, somebody can bring chammach, somebody can bring katori, somebody can bring chaku, somebody can bring stick. All of you come. Vrutta Bhakti, means whatever, like a squirrel. You can do little seva. But no problem. Don't worry. Vishnu is going to fight. And then meanwhile, that day night, this Vishnu came, Weaver came. He said, Prabhu, tomorrow there is a big problem. There is a fight. Because army has attacked. So you have to have a fight. So Weaver was shocked, what to do now. Then he said, I will do one thing. See, if I fight with them, I will lose my life. If I don't fight also, because I have so much in love with this girl, lovely, so I will die anyway. Right? I will die anyway. So, dekha jayega. So he declared, don't worry, tomorrow we will, Arya Par, we will fight, like that. So, immediately, meanwhile, so everybody was very enthusiastic. Tomorrow we are all going to fight on behalf of Lord Vishnu. We are going to have darshan of Lord Vishnu. So we will. Nobody slept that day night. They are very excited. Tomorrow it's big day. Going to be big day. There in Vaikuntha problem arose. Garuda reached there. Said, my dear Lord, there is a big problem is going on the earthly planet. I said, what happened? This weaver fell in love with the princess. Then he dressed himself as Vishnu, yourself, your divine self. Then he got married to her and he is enjoying. Now the enemy king came and attacked this kingdom. So everybody is thinking that Lord Vishnu is going to fight. But this fellow is only a weaver. He doesn't even know how to catch a sword. How to catch a sword. So tomorrow he is going to be killed. So then everybody will think that Lord Vishnu got killed in the battlefield. Then nobody will perform yajnas. All the people will loot the temples. Then arachaka ho jayega. There'll be anarchy. Lord Vishnu said what to do. He got into deep meditation. He said, Garuda, this is really big problem. Said what to do? I will do one thing. You enter into that wooden Garuda. I will enter into this weaver. We will fight. We will fight. And then he came. So Lord Vishnu entered this weaver. And this Garuda entered. And then he got, then he has this, plastic wooden Shankachakra Gada Padma. So those Shankachakra Gada Padma entered this Shankachakra Gada Padma. So this chakra, so this King Velar came and then he was saying all these things. Then this weaver in the form of Vishnu, he took his chakra and then he cut the head of King Velar. And then he died. Then they said, Lord Vishnu also did not want to kill, innocent soldiers. Then he said, once the king is killed, battle is lost. So all of you go back. So all the soldiers also said, okay, let us go back. Then the king, this weaver, he said, he collected all the booty. Right? Then he occupied the South India also. Then he gave it to his father-in-law. You enjoy. So, this is a story from Panchatantra. Let resolution guide the great, however disparate his state, however grim his hostile fate. By resolution lifted high, with shrewd decision as alloy, he grimly sees grim trouble fly. This is the words by this weaver. Then Lord Vishnu's discuss drinks in flood, the hostile demons gushing blood, and strikes no mortal flat, the jungle lion who can draw the tusker's life with awful paw, disdains to crush a gnat. Then the gods befriend a man who climbs determination's height. So the moral of this story is, even if you pretend, to be a devotee of Vishnu or Krishna, or if you are determined, right? We have many times we heard the story, right? Garuda helping that bird, right? Like that, if you are determined, then we will get, easily the kingdom of God, right? We should be very determined. Then Krishna immediately accepts us, because Prabhupada says, Krishna is more eager to take us back than we are eager to go back to Godhead. Right? I will tell you one very interesting pastime. There is in Balaji temple, near Balaji, Balaji, Lord Krishna himself, Prabhupada said, Balakrishna, he used to have lot of pastimes with his devotees. Right? So till the time Tondaman Chakravarti, he used to speak to Tondaman Chakravarti very regularly. Right? I will tell you that story later on some other time. This is another. But he used to come and, Hathiram Baba, all that is there. So I will tell some other time. Ananta Alvar, he performed a lot of pastimes with Ananta Alvar, like that. So there is one very great, so Tondaman Chakravarti did some offense that since then he started speaking to the devotees. But now also sometimes he appears in the dream of devotees. But there is one very great devotee, female devotee, Vengamamba. She used to recite Bhagavatam. Balaji used to come every day night He would sit in jula. He would he would sit in the jula and then hear his own katha. Right? When did Krishna hear his own katha? Do you hear it, Bhagavatam? No. When did Krishna hear his own katha? Huh? No, he used to hear his own. One day, when after this Vatsasura demon and all the Putana were killed, Krishna was sitting in the lap of Nanda Maharaj, and then Upananda, he is narrating all childhood pastimes of Krishna. You remember? Huh? How Krishna was born, how Putana was killed, Trunavatra was, so many. So Krishna was, Krishna is hearing his own pastime. He likes, right? That's why Krishna Karnamrita. Have you heard? Krishna Karnamrita. What is the meaning of Krishna Karnamrita? Huh? Krishna Karnamrita means Bilvamangal Thakur wrote such a beautiful book that it is nectar to Krishna's ears. Krishna Karnamrita. Krishna wants to hear. Mahaprabhu was hearing, right? Anyway, he would hear every day, Balaji. Then this Vengamamba describes Bhagavatam. One day, when he was hearing, he became so absorbed. Suddenly, there is ringing of the bells for Mangalarti. Suprabhatam. They said, Suprabhatam ka time ho gaya. Then he started running. Then Vengamamba caught hold of his dhoti. I said, where you are running? Katha is such a romantic state. Hear the Katha completely and go. Like that. No. I need to go. Then she pulled the dhoti. Dhoti fat gaya tha. Dhoti fat gaya and then a piece of cloth came in her hand. Then Balaji ran. Then when the pujaris opened the curtain in the morning, they found dhoti torn dhoti. We should not put torn clothes to the Lord. The pujaris should not wear torn clothes. What to speak of putting torn clothes to the Lord. And immediately, I said, what happened? How that dhoti was torn? Wo bhi piche na? Like that. Then the pujaris confirmed that Vengamamba will know. Tadikonda Vengamamba. So they went to Vengamamba's house. Aisa, dhoti fat gaya. Do you have that cloth? Yeah. She said, yeah, it is there on my altar. She is so happy, She is worshipping the cloth worn by the Lord. So like that. She wrote a book called Venkata Chala Mahatmyam. So in that, it is mentioned that Lord Balaji told her, what all happened, how his marriage happened and all. So in that book it is written that one day Padmavati Devi, she was very upset with Balaji. So Balaji asked, why are you upset? He said, why, without consulting me, why did you take loan from Kuvera for our marriage? It is an insult to me. I am Lakshmi. I am the owner of all opulences. And then why, without taking, instead of taking from me, why did you take, from Kuvera? And then now you are paying interest. So see, I have so much money. We will pay back. Let us go back to Vaikuntha. This is Kali Yuga is very bad. Let us go back. Alone, why are you standing here? Like that. And in Kali Yuga, what, Balaji also has to pay rent, he is paying rent. He is paying rent to Varahadev. What rent he pays? First, Varahadev said, this is my place, you cannot come. Balaji came, he wanted to stay there. Then Varahadev said, this is my place, you cannot stay here. Then he said, Hare, 100 gajas jaga de do na. He said, okay, then you have to pay rent, I said, what rent? First darshan you must get from Varahadev. So if you want to complete the darshan of Balaji, first you have to take darshan of Varahadev. Otherwise, it becomes futile. Without taking darshan of Varahadev, if you go to Balaji darshan, you don't get any benefit. So that was the benediction given to rent, that is. And then for marriage, he took loan from Kuvera. Anyway, then Padmavati said, pay back, we will pay back and then we'll go back. Right? We'll go back. Balaji said, in Kali Yuga, people are very, very sinful. Prabhupada writes in 7th Canto Bhagavatam, Prahlad's Charitra, that the cause of our diseases is because of Papa Karma. Right? Prabhupada writes, quoted one verse. If somebody steals Brahmana's gold, he will suffer from tuberculosis. Right? If somebody drinks alcohol, he suffers from disease of teeth. Right? And if somebody does Guru Talpagaman, means approaches say Guru's wife, right? They will have Charma Vyadhi. Like that, there are so many. So what Prabhupada writes, whatever diseases we are getting, right? Nowadays, pagal log jada ho gaya, right? So there is one Shetty, he says, for the necessity of the psychiatrists has increased because children are depressed, women are depressed, men are depressed, right? So why depression? Prabhupada, in Mahabharata, Lord Shiva says that if somebody cheats other people of their money, they will become mentally ill in the next life. All these politicians, corrupt people, they all will become mentally ill in the next life. So that's why it is increasing, right? Cheating both again, right? Like that. Anyway, so people suffer a lot in Kali Yuga. So for the sake of these people of Kali Yuga, I want to stay here. I want to stay here. When they are very, very distressed and they pray to me, they pray to me that like in Telugu, we all, if you go to Tirupati, they keep on chanting, Apada Mukulvada, Anada Rakshaka, Edukondavada, Venkatramana, Govinda, Govinda. Right? Apada Mukulvada means one who saves somebody from danger. Apada means danger, accident. Right? Anada Rakshaka. Right? Like that. So, then I make them, then they take a vow. They take a vow that, my dear Venkateshwara, Balaji, if you relieve me from this suffering, I will give you, 10% of my profit. Or I will give you 1 kilo gold. I will give you this. I will give you that. And then I will give you my hair. Why, do you know why they give hair to Lord Balaji? Does he need our hair? Hair is like stool, Prabhupada said, why are you keeping mustache? Mustache means keeping stool near the mouth. So don't keep like that. Like that. So, the secret behind the giving the hair to the Lord is, that all sinful reactions, they stay in the hair. They stay in the hair. When somebody goes to Tirupati and shaves off his head, all the sins will go away. वापस बढ़ाएंगे फिर वापस करेंगे, वो अलग बात है. Then again they give. Right? Again they give. So people come and give, their hard-earned money. Right? Hard-earned money I take. But then I relieve them of their suffering. That is why in Andhra, like our Ishtadev, just like, Orissa, Jagannath is their Ishtadev, everybody identifies with Jagannath. In Andhra, if you call Srinivas, go to the marketplace and you call Srinivas, 10 लोग पीछे मेरे को बुलाया हाँ मेरे को बुलाया right Srinivas, it's a common name. Srinivas, Balaji, Venkateshwar, Venki, like that. So Ayyavaru, we call them, Ayyavaru and Ammavaru. Ammavaru means Padmavati Devi. Ayyavaru means Balaji, our father and mother. And not only in Andhra, everybody, people are crazy about Balaji because he is actually Sakshat Krishna standing there. So the pujaris, they say, on Fridays, when they do Abhishek of Balaji, they, they see Lord sweating. Acha, I got that. So Balaji told Padmavati that I will not use the money of these corrupt and sinful people. I transferred that money for Annadan and all that. When a pure devotee, Nishkama Bhaktas, when they enter our temple, the Pradhana Archaka, he commented that sometimes Lord Balaji becomes very happy and, pleasant in his appearance. Then they understand some pure devotee has entered Tirupati, Balaji temple. Lord becomes. So he said, when they were putting even 10 rupees also, or 1 rupee also, I take with my own hand. In the hundi, I keep my hand in the hundi. And then I will make my laddu, vada, very famous. Whoever comes to Tirupati, they will take prasad. Right? So, actually, there is one very great devotee, Annamacharya, right? Annamacharya, he was addicted to some sense gratification and all, like our Bilva Mangal Thakur. Then suddenly one day, the call has come from Balaji. Then some people were going to Balaji temple. That time, it is very hard to go up, it is infested with cruel animals. Even now also, tigers and all, they come. Poisonous creatures, scorpions and all. So they very difficult. So he was climbing, and then because first time he was going, he was climbing with his chappal. With his chappal. Then he was unable to go along with them because it is an offense to go up, on the hill, with chappal. Then he heard a voice, Padmavati speaking, said, Annamacharya, you are committing offense. You are wearing chappal. You cannot come up wearing chappals. Right? Then he took this chappal and threw away. So the people who were accompanying him, they went away. They went ahead. Then he is alone. Then he was feeling very thirsty. Right? Then he was feeling hungry. Then he was crying, hungry, hunger, koi, pani, like that. Then Padmavati came. The laddu half eaten by Balaji. She fed him. Bas, khatam ho gaya. Then tabhi se sab kuch bhul gaya. He wrote some 30,000 bhajans glorifying Lord Balaji, Sitaram, like that. Right? When we go to Balaji temple, we immediately run, to, the Bimas or some restaurant or, like that. But, he immediately, started singing, right? Very beautifully, right? Anyway, so, I said, I have to stay till end of Kali Yuga and deliver all the people. Right? When we go to Balaji temple, we get only half a second or 1 second, or it's like Vidyut Ghata. Beautiful Lord Balaji is so beautiful that as soon as just like lightning in the sky, it looks so beautiful. 1 second darshan is enough. If you stay for more time, then you will commit offense. Right? Like that. In sometime, maybe 15 years back, I was thinking, why should I stand in the queue? And I am, head pujari of SriSriRadhaRasbihariTemple. Every day I'm dressing Radharasbihari. मेरे को क्या है, why I have to stand in the queue and take darshan, this and that. 1 second darshan, so you stand in the queue. That time that this darshan ticket now is, online darshan and all, booking and all was not there. We had to stand. Once we went for some ISKCON leads or something, we were standing for a long time. Once I didn't get darshan only. I had a flight and then I had to come in between the line, break the line. So we don't know how, 3 hours, already 3 hours I was standing. I was thinking, why should I go? Then one devotee, very gracious, he said, I will take you, Suprabhat Seva, Mangala, like that. 45 minutes, stand in front of Balaji, sit in front of Balaji. They were dressing the deity and all. Right? And because I told him, I want to sit and, have darshan of the Lord Balaji for some time. Then he arranged. That time, that Karnataka Chief Minister, Yedurappa, or whatever, that time he was visiting. So they closed the place for everybody. Myself and the Chief Minister and some people were there. I was watching. Then I understood, actually, so wonderful to have darshan of Balaji and sit there. And, even though it's 15, 20 years, I still can't forget that darshan of the Lord Balaji. Right? Then that devotee was sitting there. Then he said, you wanted to look at Balaji, right? Don't look here and there. So this chief minister and entourage were coming. I was looking at them. Ek marta tha mere ko. Don't look here and there. Look Balaji. So this way, Balaji, in the same way, Prabhupada actually, constructed all these wonderful temples, right? And Radharasbihari, Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, they're all, Prabhupada said, they're all eternal deities. Prabhupada made them manifest again. When Radha Landaneshwar, all those Hindus, they wanted to give them away because one finger is broken or something. Prabhupada smiled and said, this is the pastime of Radha Krishna deities, because they didn't want to get worshipped by these stupid Hindus. They wanted to be worshipped by us. That's why he did this Leela of breaking his finger. Bring them. Bring them. And then Prabhupada made them sit on his lap. Samal Krishna Maharaj was carrying one deity, Prabhupada was carrying. Then he didn't even say thanks to those Hindus. He said, come. Prabhupada asked, we'll take this deity. Tamal, you can carry? Shyamsundar, you can carry? We can carry. Car is there? So he made them because, the Prabhupada did not want that they change their mind. Right? He made them sit, and those Hindus, they were flabbergasted. Why Prabhupada is behaving like this? Then he brought the deities, he kept them in his room, then he offered obeisances, then he started chanting, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachida Ananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Chinta Mani Prakara Sadma Shukalpa Vriksha, like that. So these are, then Prabhupada once, it's a very long story, how, Shyamananda Prabhu made the altar. Shyamsundar Prabhu made the altar. Then that day, the altar was about to break. And then Prabhupada, Shyamsundar Prabhu was saying, Prabhupada came running and caught hold of that altar, stopping the altar from falling on Radha, Landaneshwar. Then Prabhupada, he said, Prabhupada looked like Lord Nishingadev. Then they are the first Radha Krishna deities of our ISKCON. Then Prabhupada, trained Yamuna Mataji how to make outfits, what to cook, like that. So one day they cooked some cookies and offered to Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada said, what is this cookies and all? Where is my sandesh? Where is my sandesh? Krishna's favorite sweet, sandesh, milk sweets. Yamuna Mataji asked, what is sandesh, Prabhupada? Oh, you don't know what is Sandesh? Come, I will teach you. So he taught her how to cook Sandesh. That is why Radha Landaneshwar, Bhaktivedanta manner, they sometimes some devotees they bring those pedas and Sandesh. Beautiful Sandesh they make. Radha, the London temple, like that. And one day, they, Prabhupada actually, our dressing is different style. He wanted, chadar to put, up. So, because you see Vrindavan temples and all, they are not like that. Then Prabhupada said, because Krishna is dancing. So when you dance, chadar flies up. So that is where this is a pose of dancing in Rasa Leela. So the chadar is up. Chadar is up. Like that. Right? So Prabhupada told, so our Yamuna Mataji, she was drinking the beauty of Radha Landaneshwar, mesmerized. So Prabhupada came for, darshan, came for darshan. Then he asked, you like them? She said, I love Prabhupada. I love them. Then he said, see, whatever process I have given you, chanting, and then dressing the deities nicely, honoring prasad. This is enough. Just do this. You will go back to Godhead. Right? You'll go back to Godhead. So that is where we come. So Prabhupada writes in Bhakti-rasam Sindhu. So all these temples are built, so that we come. Right? We offer obeisances to Krishna. Right? Many times I told this, Prabhupada. So some newcomers, somebody asked Prabhupada, a journalist, do you teach asanas? Prabhupada said, yes, I teach the most difficult asana. So the disciples were surprised because nowadays, it is become a vogue, people become practicing yoga asana. But Prabhupada is against practicing asanas and all. He said, Prabhupada, you never taught us any asanas. What most difficult asana you taught us? He said, Dandavat Pranam. The most difficult asana. What is Dandavat Pranam? Right? Vedanta Desika says that thinking that, my dear Lord, aham mama, this ahankar of me, I and mine, should be given up. Then Tava Keshava, I am yours. So when we come and offer obeisance to Krishna, to RadhaRasbihariTemple, we are saying to RadhaRasbihari, you are great, I am very small. Because all the time, I am thinking, I am very great, I am very great. So pranam, right? So this pranam, Prabhupada writes in Bhakti-rasam Sindhu, a person who performed 10 Ashwamedha Yajnas, there is a chance that he may take birth again. But one who comes to the temple and offers respectful obeisances to RadhaRasbihari, they will never enter again womb of a mother. Punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam, punarapi jatare shayanam, bhaja govindam, govindam bhaja mudamate, samprapte sannihita kale, nahi rakshati dukrun karne. I like that. So, I will tell you one very interesting pastime. So, Vedanta Desika says in Paduka Sahasram that, my dear Krishna, I am not afraid of your anger. Because you are very angry with sinful people, but I am not afraid. Said, Vedanta Desika, why you are not afraid? Krishna is asking, why you are not afraid? Because you have this Krodha Astra. I have a written Astra. What is that? Pranam Astra. That I have got Brahma Astra. You have Krodha Astra. I have Pranam Astra. Once, even though you are very angry, if I come and offer obeisance to you, your astra will become nullified. Right? After the war of, after in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when Ashwatthama was very, very angry after Dronacharya was killed by Drishtadyumna. The war extended till the night. Then Ashwatthama was very furious. These Pandavas have cheated and, killed my father. He lost his mind. Right? Then he released Narayanastra. Right? Arjuna had all the astras because he didn't have Narayanastra reply, Amoga. So Narayanastra is Amoga. Then Ashwatthama released Narayanastra. Then Arjuna became, helpless because he didn't know what to do. Then the Narayanastra was coming to kill all the Pandavas, all the Sena, Pandav Sena, because he like that. Ashwatthama, God, you think, and then what is it? You propose, you propose and God disposes, right? Like that. So Krishna is there, Ashwatthama, then Ashwatthama immediately, everybody was jubilant that now today they are finished because nobody knew the reply to Narayanastra. But Krishna is there, he's Astra only. Right? If you read the pastime of Aniruddha's marriage, Banasuras, subduing Dhamma, there, Shivajwara and Narayana Jwara comes. Narayana Jwara defeats Shivajwara, and then Shivajwara became very grief-stricken and surrenders to Narayana Jwara. Then, so Krishna said, everybody bow down, everybody bow down. There is no reply, Amogha, this Astra is Amogha. You cannot actually nullify this Astra. Everybody bow down. That is the only answer. Everybody bow down. So, in Arjuna, everybody reached Maharaj, all the Sena, they offered obeisance. They fell down, Dandavat Pranam. They started doing Dandavat Pranam, offering obeisance, prayers to Narayana. Bhima said, I am Kshatriya. In the battlefield, how can one Kshatriya offer obeisance to anybody? Yeah? I will fight Narayanastra. Right? Krishna jumped from his chariot and then he, jumped up and Bhima's chariot, you rascal, go down. और मर जाओगे. So, उसका गर्दन पकड़ के प्रणाम करवाया. Right? Bhima, then everybody got. That Ashwatthama was dumbstruck. Right? Dumbstruck. That how, the Pandavas got saved today because he was very confident, Narayanastra, there is no jawab. Like that. So like that, we have also Astra, right? Coming and doing a pranam. Parasar Bhatta writes that for somebody, actually Dandavat pranam means manasa vacha karmana, we should do, right? They explain two hands and 2 legs, 4, then our sir, 5. Then mind, intelligence and false ego. They also should go down. For us, 5 parts touch, but mind is somewhere. So like that. So we should practice in such a way that all the 8 angas touch the, surrender to Krishna. Right? To such a person, when he dies, Lakshmi and Narayana, they come to take him to go Vaikuntha. So after sitting in the Vimana, Lakshmi Devi was actually, her head was bowing down, and then she was doing shoka. So Narayana touches her chin and lifts her and said, my dear Devi, what is the cause of your lamentation? Said, this person was offering us obeisances so regularly. I have given him wealth. I have given him good health, wealth, good qualities. Right? And the entire family is very comfortable. Now we are taking him to Vaikuntha. So I am thinking, this person has done so much service by offering obeisances. I am feeling sorry that I am not able to give more than Vaikuntha. That is the beauty, that is the power of offering obeisances. So before we read Prabhupada books, where we are offering obeisances, right? So like that. So this is a golden opportunity to become Krishna's and then Prabhupada's men, right? Prabhupada also used to accept, when Brahmananda Prabhu, he got a job, then he went and approached Prabhupada. Swamiji, I have a doubt. He said, what? Because Prabhupada is maintaining all the hippies, all the hippies. Prabhupada, Swamiji, I have a doubt. I said, what doubt? That I got a job. He was B.Ed or something. He got a job in New York University as a teacher, professor. Then Prabhupada's eyes became very wide, it seems. That, you got a job? You got a job? Then later Prabhupada said, you join, Then what about, surrendering to Krishna and, I will become entangled. Prabhupada said, no problem. You work and then you give that money to Krishna. Then Brahmananda Prabhu asked, how can I give it to Krishna? I can't see him. Then he said, give it to me. Then I will give it to Krishna. Right? $220, he was earning that time. So he was paying for the rent of that house plus groceries, groceries. And then later on, Prabhupada suggested, there we should have some, designations, president, treasurer, temple commander and all. So who will become president? Everybody was proposing Kirtananda. Prabhupada said, Brahmananda will become president because he is giving all his money to the temple. He is maintaining the temple. $220. Right? So Prabhupada आपने अपना लिया ब्रह्मानंद प्रभु को, इतना प्यार हो गया ब्रह्मानंद प्रभु से कि in case even if Brahmananda is drunk and goes in front of 22nd Avenue, right? Still he is very dear to me. Right? After 10 years, Brahmananda Prabhu was drunk and he was going in front of 26nd Avenue. Right? But still, Prabhupada never forsaken him. Then when he was about to die, they were taking him to go, Delhi for treatment. But when he reached the car, he left his body near the car. He left his body in Vrindavan. Like that. So just like Krishna accepts his devotee, it's easier to be accepted by Prabhupada, because when Vishnujan Maharaj committed suicide, Prabhupada said, don't do all those things. Mahaprabhu can reject, Chota Haridas and all. How can I reject you? Because you have done so much service to me. So don't do. If you have problem, get married. Get married. Be strong in your ashram and do service. Right? Like that, Krishna accepted Rukmini very, immediately. Like that, Prabhupada would accept us also if you do service to him. Like that. So in the like this, we should actually, Prabhupada actually gave us so many facilities. I will tell you one last thing, and Prabhupada writes in Bhakti-Rasam Sindhu, when you come to the temple during Mangala arati time or Sandhya arati or Raj Bhoga arati, Prabhupada says, when arti, lamp offering is going on, look at the lotus face of Govinda. Right? So don't look here and there. Don't talk. Right? So then Prabhupada says, simply by looking at the face of Lord Govinda when lamp offering is going on, 100 lifetimes Brahmahatya Pap will be nullified. Right? Like this, so many benedictions are there. So this temple worship and then Bhagavad Gita Shravan, by doing these two things, Prabhupada writes, my favorite verse, Pashyanti te me ruchirana ambasanta, Prasanna Vaktra Arunalochanani, Rupani Divyani Varapradani, Sakam Vacham Spruniya Vadanti. Prabhupada says, a neophyte devotee also, if he comes to the temple and appreciates the beauty of Radha Krishna, the deity, imperceptibly he will become liberated without his knowledge. Imperceptible means without his knowledge. Anybody who comes to the temple offers obeisances. Imperceptibly he is liberated. He is better than all the yogis and sannyas, munis doing tapasya in Himalaya. A neophyte devotee. So what to speak of? Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Time ho gaya. I think devotees feeling hungry. Yeah.
wonderful Balaji Leela. But my question is, as you said, that till the Kali Yuga ends, he will deliberate everyone. My question is, people are eating non-veg. Like in Jagannath Puri, Pandas are eating non-veg. And in Balaji, like in Andhra, a lot of people are eating non-veg. So my question is, if they eat non-veg, still Balaji will have their mercy?
Are you reading Bhakti-rasam Sindhu? Huh?
I read one.
You are not reading. Prabhupada writes in Bhakti-rasam Sindhu that even demigods also, when they come to Jagannath Puri, they see the residents of Jagannath Puri as four-handed Vishnudutas. So we should not look at their faults. Lord Jagannath delivered. You heard my katha? Jagannath katha? I think you were not there. You hear, I think second day class, Sunday, I narrated how Lord Jagannath blessed Aurangzeb. His mercy is causeless. Huh? Balaji, so they relieve, when you go to Balaji, Venkata means one who destroys sins. Venkata, that is his name. Balaji and all, it's not his name actually. His original name is Venkateshwar. Venkata means who destroys sins. What is that? Vina Venkatesham nanatho sada Venkatesham smarami Hare Venkatesham prasida Priyam Venkatesham prayacha. Right? I have no other shelter other than Balaji, Venkateshwar. I am always remembering Balaji. Oh Balaji, please, prayacha, please come and give me your blessings. Devotees are praying. Kamala kuchachuchuka kunkumato niyataruna tatalalo nilatane Kamalayatalochana lokapate Vijayi bhava venkata shailapate. Right? So, said, if you call Balaji, Kamala kuchachuchuka kunkumato, he embraced Lakshmi Devi, Padmavati, and then the kunkuma from her breast touched his chest. So without even cleaning his heart, the chest, of the kunkuma, he comes running to save his. Right? Sachaturmukha Shanmukha Panchamukha Pramukha Akila Devata Maulimane Sharanagata Vassala Sharanide Paripalaya Mam Vrishasailapate. Right? All the Panchamukha Brahmaji. Panchamukha is Shiva. Chaturmukha is Brahmaji. Shanmukha is Subramanyam, and all the important devatas. You are the money of all these devatas and devis. Right? So you are actually only shelter, Sharanagata Vassala and Sharanide. Then please protect me, maintain me. Paripalayamam Sailapate. Very beautiful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Dhanyavad. Hare Krishna.